So I have this new idea that I'm exploring, that maybe I want to write a book. um, I don't know if you've read any of my posts so far that are usually kind of difficult to read, and it takes some effort to get into them. And then you read them and you think, oh, I think I understood something. And then you forget about it again. And that's that until I write my next post. And the cycle starts again. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be better if I actually thought about what I want to communicate and put it together in one coherent form, and you can get into it and read the pieces and you know how they fit together, and it doesn't take that much effort compared to reading these insular blog posts. So that was the idea. And I know what you're thinking. Franks, how do you want to write a book without first doing a statistical semantic analysis of your past writings? And yeah, that's a very good point. And you're probably thinking of my past experiments where I did the same thing for my Twitter archive. These are all my tweets and Twitter threads back when Twitter was a thing. And yeah, you can like zoom in and they're all semantically organized automatically. Oh, and there's different dimensions. So of course, that, or like a similar technique needs to be applied to slightly more long-form writing too. So I can get an overview of what I've been writing about over the last years. But for long-form content, I thought it might be better not to work with circles, but with squiggly lines. And so the idea is that each of these squiggly lines represents one post, one article, one blog post, which you can actually, this current one you can read here. You can also automatically scroll through. So it represents the blog post semantically. So wherever there's like a long stretch, it's also a long stretch in the text in terms of the jump in meaning, the surprise, going from one thought to another thought you didn't really expect. So in this analysis is done automatically using OpenAI's embeddings. If you've never heard of it, don't worry. I think it's pretty cool. So there's not just ChatGPT, but there's also this whole magic machinery where you can send a piece of text to OpenAI and also other services, and you get back basically a vector, like a point representation of the text you sent as a meaning point. And so if 2 points are similar in that space, they're also similar in meaning and form. And that's really useful because it means I can feed it my posts actually incrementally. I start with the first couple sentences and then I continue and continue. And I keep increasing the size of the text so it's cumulatively. And then I always ask it, so like, what's the meaning now? What's the meaning now? And at the end of it, you basically get squiggly lines. So that's what these are. Fascinating how some posts basically start with throwing you from one end to some other end. There's also these words. They're tags that I right, like construction, consciousness, whatever. Those are manually added tags. I tried to do it automatically, but it was, I don't know, I wasn't so satisfied. So then I went through and manually tagged each of the, I think, 83 posts. So now there's this interface where you can also do things like add notes. So if I want to, right, well, let's leave that note because that's already good the way it is. But yeah, if I want to add a note anywhere here, I want to add a note here, noter. There it is. You can hide it, you can show it. And it also shows up over here, right? Boop, boop. So that's this sort of exploratory interface with squiggly lines. And I don't know if that's going to be useful, but I thought you all should know that this kind of thing is possible. You can turn text into squiggly lines that represent the meaning of a text. And I think, like, I'm hoping that it will be useful for me to figure out what the hell I've been writing about over the last years. And I don't know if I'm going to write a book, or maybe I'll just make these strange visualizations and share them with people just because I think they're fun. Yeah, that's it. Bye.